15 seconds Lisma indicate that buyers have regained control of the immediate price action concerns. The market is approaching the recent highs near 29433.0, which serves as a significant resistance level that may trigger profit taking or secondary rejection. Entry here is precarious due to the proximity of the ceiling. Long entry option. A long entry is valid on a confirmed breakout and hold above the recent high of 29,433.25, targeting 29460.0. Invalidation is a drop back below the 1-minute Lisma at 29,337.25. Short entry option. None. Summary. The bullish momentum has successfully re-engaged. While the trend is back in favor of the buyers, the presence of overhead resistance near the session high means that a breakout requires firm confirmation. Avoid chasing the current upward move and wait for a clear, sustained break beyond 29,433.25 to provide the necessary room for a high probability continuation trade.
Okay, so sellers are coming in a little bit, but again, you know, we lost this prior day high, rejected twice off of it, and then just reclaimed it, guys. But the only thing I don't like about it is that reclaim and this hold should be really bullish. It should push, but we're still getting some DOM drops, right? But we know we have a high and a low, right? If we lose this high again, it's going to come down pretty violent, I think. But anything short of that, you know, we may still keep bouncing. Let's see. Gotta wait and see what this thing does here. We do have a gap fill all the way down here, guys, 330. Those are usually pretty accurate. So we're testing that prior day high. Again, I think if we lose that, it's gonna drop pretty significant, but if we bounce here, then it's gonna bounce pretty significant. So we gotta watch this level. It's gonna be pretty critical. This is a big area, guys. See how we're compressing here? If we can sweep into there, it's going to sweep pretty hard. But if we get a push up to there, it's going to push pretty hard. So it's tricky. We got a new high. So I'm going to kind of move this up. Let's see what kind of strength this thing has. So we went from acting as resistance on the prior day high, now we're acting as support, right? And so I would expect it to get a little wild, right? We're gonna get some pretty deep sweeps either way, just to kind of shake out some trades before it makes its move. See that pull? This is a big pull because that kind of strength right there with that doji that closed below should pull it to there with that structure. Anything short of that, these bulls are not done. Let's see if we get all the way to Lisma. Again, we can retest here and jump, right? Very, very possible, but we have a nice little clean double top on a lower high, right, which just collapsed. So chance we could bounce back up to retest the neckline, but if that sucker fails,
the MNQ is currently experiencing a moderate pullback, testing the structural support provided by the 1-minute Lisma after failing to maintain its climb toward the session highs. Sentiment: bearish pressure. Confidence: 4 out of 10. Reason: price has slipped below the 1-minute Lisma at 29,353.50. And the shift to a red high Kinashi candle confirms a temporary loss of buying momentum. The 15 seconds Lisma remains significantly elevated, suggesting the move is still largely corrective within a broader bullish framework. Concerns. The market is currently sitting above the 1-minute EMA 200 at 29,324.0 and the 5 minutes LISMA at 29,321.25. This proximity to multiple
See the
major support
rejection?
levels makes a clean breakdown difficult to achieve without a sustained, high-volume push, long entry option. A long entry is valid on a confirmed bounce off the 29,324.0 area, targeting a retest of
There's
29385.0.
that hard rejection.
Invalidation is a confirmed break and hold below 29,320.0. Short entry option. None. Summary. We are currently seeing a healthy retest of the breakout structure, while the immediate price action is bearish. The proximity of key macro support levels like the 1-minute EMA 200 suggests that buyers may re-enter near these areas. Watch for price to stabilize around the 29,324.0 zone to see if the bullish trend can resume or if the pullback will deepen.
So, anybody catch that kind of quick little scalp there off that rejection? See how we came back up that neckline? It's a perfect double top rejection, guys. So be careful in your longs. I know some of you have been doing some longs trying to time bottoms, because when we get that kind of structure below a prior day like that, it can go deep, guys. And you can see the structure build here. Any close below there is going to sweep pretty deep as well. So we do have a gap fill around 331. So, but we know we have to expect some kind of bounces because we have VWAP here, 5-minute LISMA. There's a lot of stuff in there that can definitely bounce. So an expected bounce off there. Now we have a breach wick of LISMA. Close above that should push hard into here. I'd be surprised, man, if it does that. If it does that, it kind of shouldn't, guys. So if it does, man, it's just going to continue to show the strength of the bulls. We do have us bouncing right off the 382 as well, which is at 355 there. So we do have the gap fill again at 331. That one would be cleared once we get there. Let's just see if we're going to go directly there, or does this thing want to keep on bouncing? Nope. See the bearish pressure? So we got the breach, but we never got the close above, so that gives that signal for us to pull. So this 200 is going to be real big for me. If we can breach through that 200, that's going to create a lower low. Just the way this structure is. It's going to come hard. See the pressure kicking in? We're kind of bouncing right on VWAP right here, guys. There's the pull. Last leg. So we got the 200 here as well as the 5-minute LISMA. Anything breach wick here, close below, should pull here with some pretty decent strength. Pretty violent, actually. So see that gap fill? Hopefully you guys were capturing those on the way there. Like I said, be careful on your longs. Can we bounce here? Sure. But we can also break all this stuff and fall to the floor. So yeah, I'm out of all my stuff right now. I'm waiting to see if it bounces off this 5-minute LISMA. I'll take shorts again if I get a close below this breach wick, right? Because I got some OA, and I'm using tight take profits, right? And so just a little micro scalping.
The MNQ is currently testing the 1-minute EMA 200 and the 1-minute anchored VWAP, placing it at a critical structural juncture where the prevailing bullish bias is being challenged by a sharp short-term correction. Sentiment. Bearish pressure. Confidence. 5 out of 10. Reason. Price has broken below the 1-minute Lisma at 29,362.0 and is now pressing into the 1-minute EMA 200 at 29,326.0 and the 1-minute anchored VWAP at 29,320.50. The red high Kinashi candles reflect clear seller participation, and the shift to a bearish 15 seconds EMA trend confirms that the immediate downside momentum is dominant. Concerns. The proximity of the 5 minutes Lisma at 29,322.0 and the 1-minute anchored VWAP creates a significant support cluster that acts as a primary magnet and potential bounce zone, limiting the immediate room for a sustained bearish breakdown. Long entry option. A long entry is valid on a confirmed rejection of the 29,320.0 area, targeting a retest of 29360.0. Invalidation is a confirmed break and hold below 29,315.0. Short entry option. A short entry becomes valid on a confirmed breakout and hold below 29,315.0, targeting 29285.0. Invalidation is a reclaim of 29,330.0. Summary. We are currently witnessing a critical test of support following the recent pullback. The market is at a crossroads where the support cluster between 29,315.0 and 29,326.0 will dictate the next directional move. Traders should watch for a definitive resolution of this level before committing to a position, as the current price action remains highly volatile.
Yes, it does.